for about 3 hours, give or take. So this is the deal. If you don't move your body, it's more painful. So when you guys play lazy, it's to your disadvantage because the more you do, the more energy you have. So we're not going to do any sparring, but we're going to do alternative working out. Again, guys, it's not even about, it's being committed to your commitment and following through to yourself. And no one wants to work out. I don't want to work out, but you know what? That's what it takes. Now, to be honest with you, I would rather spar today, but these are elements that help with sparring. So let me explain. There's a lot of ways to work out. I personally rather work out with exercises that are leaning towards what would be the competition or sparring. As you can see, Master Ty is doing some blitzes from the left side and the right side, and he's switching over to the opposite side. That walks up his upper body, lower body, but you also visualize yourself hitting somebody. Now, this is the advanced version of what people have been doing the last few years, but I've been teaching it at level number 1, but there's levels to this entire thing. Anyway, enough of that stuff. We're gonna work out. It's gonna be a low-level workout. But again, the birthday bash is there, guys. Please come on down, 6:30 to 9:30 at the LPAC Center. The address is right there. And I'm still looking for DJ. Okay. So first thing I like to do is the left-right drill, because the left-right drill literally wakes up your ankles, it wakes up your knees. It's also exactly what we need when sparring. So this is more like functional working out. And it's at a decent little pace and a little exercise. We start the shuffle. Shuffle around, make sure I feel together, make sure I make sure you keep them together. Keep it wider. This is the hard part, so just do this. Keep it nice. Okay. Because the idea is sometimes that's more. That's the way you want to serve the one. There's really ways to play. You're going to smoke motion, but just because of one right now. Walk around with Bruce Lee, what that bring you all the way up. I feel my thighs all pumped me today. Oh yeah. Relax like that. Circle, and you go left to right. So the exercise that we just did there is called the left-right drill into the circle drill. Now we did it pretty passive, but it still wakes up your ankles, your calves, your hips, your whole lower body, and it's also a great cardio workout. Imagine doing that at a fast pace, a total of 3 times for 1 round, and then doing 3 or 5 rounds, you'll be that much better. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to stretch a little. Knees go towards the side. This horse stance in your back straight. This. Count to 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you notice, I'm keeping my body upright and my hands back. The purpose of that is to increase oxygen flow from the diaphragm. Again, Happy New Year to everybody. Now here, watch. You can hold on to a wall if you like. You just can't move on to a wall. I'll pick up my chain bar and back again. That's 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Open up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now all I'm doing is lateral rise. You could have a chair if you want. So I'm lifting the leg up for the purpose of, before you kick, there's a chamber. But it starts to work out your glutes. It starts to work out your obliques. I want to get my obliques back, guys. The goal is to get my obliques back. Meaning the muscle that you can see them. You want to go over the whole back. You actually feel the back. Towards the chest. Again, so it's not big or fast paced, but it's definitely just going through the motions to wake up what would be those muscles that it takes for you to do the techniques. So again, it's extremely important not to make any excuses. I've made it a commitment by February 28th at the UMNOG Falls Review National Tour Regional 11 launch, easy for me to say, I will be at least 20 pounds lighter than I am today. So presently, I'm 225 pounds, and I will be down to 205 pounds. I'm saying this publicly, so like that, I have to stick to what I just said publicly, because I know that my haters will make me pay for my words. So public commitment is a big thing, and that's why we're here again, training again. Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year, brother. So now we're going to work on a little bit of hand movement. So follow here. This posture here is called the universal stance. This is the reverse universal. Now this posture was created to cover your groin while you're actually doing techniques at the same time. So here is something that it doesn't follow either. Watch. How do I train alone? Just like this. And you see when I'm sparring, I do this technique. So, I do that sometimes if necessary. So I do it when you do it. So hopscotch and triplets. So, as we're playing here, we're waking up techniques that can actually be used in combat. Do you get what I'm saying now? Yes, sir. So when I'm sparring, I pick and choose all these techniques from a variety of arrangements, remixes, angles, options. And you're gonna see how I'm gonna go over 20, 30 different potential techniques. And if I throw them one time per match, chances are the match is over. So a lot of them look similar but different. Trigonometry, where we set people up by doing psychological warfare. What else angles? So watch this.
That's one.
You remember it? It was shuffle, blitz, kick the outside, blitz, kick the outside. Now, yes, people could take this and do it as drills. I don't do drills. Reason being, sparring is too sporadic to completely just focus on just particular techniques. Now, yes, I know it'll work because if you drill it, you get fast at that particular thing. However, then the fight looks boring. I like the element of surprise. What I like about Master Ty is because when I'm sparring with him, he'll jump back and throw a side kick. He'll jump up and throw a spinning hook kick. He'll kick with the left leg. He'll kick with the right leg. He'll kick with the front leg. He'll kick with the back leg. Now, all of those techniques makes it difficult to prepare for what would be the attack. And that's what I love about sparring. In the meantime, you see we could blitz from either side. This is a common mistake. People think that the dive bomb is a blitz. No, the blitz is on the ground. The dive bomb is in the air. Now, you can attack people who are going forward. You can attack people who are going back, who are going left and going right, so on and so forth. So what I do, I imagine I'm sparring with somebody as an imaginary opponent. As an imaginary opponent, I make sure that he or she. Okay, finally I scored.
That's one.
Left side, right side. Again, secrets to training alone. No excuses. No excuses. Your body's telling you. Alignment is key. You can do it on the sofa. You better. Okay, you know that. And you feel it right in your hips, abs, neck, so on and so forth. This is a staple at Fontainebleau. Martial arts for years. So that's just the front kick. But when you bring up the chamber and the side of your body, of keeping your posture, that increases your possibility of throwing kicks without moving your head. Now this is the sniper fighting curriculum that's over at sniperfight.com, and I'm doing what would be a free seminar right now. So that's what I'm doing, right? It's called a free seminar at sniperfight.com for New Year's as a gift. Again, my birthday, guys, right up there, January the 10th. Come on down at the LPAC Center. So now, I'm working on some upper body, some of these things that, again, you can do all this stuff alone. You see Master Ty, he's throwing some techniques that he's visualizing. Now, I'm gonna help what would be him with a few of the particulars. Like if you notice, he threw the kick and then went towards the arm went back. And amazingly, when I see someone sparring with me and they have a habit of moving their hand slightly, that means they give me open. So I purposely take the arm and put it right here, like a T-Rex. And then when I throw the kick, I horse dance. And then you pull my knee to the side. Not this way. And when I step, I stay low. Okay. Doesn't matter how high I can, you see the arms stay there. The opposite side. The same thing here. Now that exercise, a similar version of it, was taught to me by Billy Blanks. Watching them, Billy Blanks. You gotta get your knee right up with your hip. So when you squat, no, your butt's sitting too much. More up, come higher, and bring your knees to the back. The easiest way to do that, one of the ways is to be on the wall, bring your heels on the wall. And just possible. Bring your knees this way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's enough. See guys, people have a tendency when they're stretching to hold their breath. But the easiest way to stretch is by actually counting or speaking using your diaphragm. Even when sparring, you should do that. Now notice Master Ty just did something that gave me a flashback. No, your knees are nowhere near the wall. Yeah. Master Ty he went back to back in the days. But in the hour of success, one to the other way was come on, watch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is when you realize that and bend the knees. So move your hands from there, and your hand around. Okay, push the hips in, come on, push the hips in. Your back straight, yes. You gotta count. See, you don't breathe, guys, no oxygen flows, you have a problem. That's okay, Simon. It's okay. You say that what way you go to the 3 count. Yeah. No, but you understand what I'm saying? Now watch. Yeah, the alignment is the key. Now watch. When I line up, my hands here, you see me kicking that? Where I go over here. The hand goes back. And the kick goes out. But the entire time, I'm protecting the rib. Same thing here. Where I hand goes back, I'm pulling the kick. So it was like this. Oh, wow. So you see my hand going back. You don't see my foot going forward. You can't watch both things at the same time. But if you look at it, what I'm really doing is keeping my hand from here to here. The entire time I'm defending my body. While I'm creating the opening. So you see the hand go back, but you don't see the foot go out. But it wasn't the back, the hand went too. Like a pendulum. In other words, I'm still protecting myself. Some of the little secrets that most people don't see, but I've done my knee. Yeah. No, you want to turn your. Okay. So as a habit, even when I go slow, watch. I'll go here, and I'll go here, and then there. I don't go, well, it would have been a punch. 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 Because then that punch now becomes short. As a habit. Muscle memory means not now, you just condition yourself to almost to a punch. Like people used to do this years ago, I don't know why years ago. They would spawn and would like stop themselves. But in reality, that punch didn't go too much. He's a little with this. Mike Stone, the first martial arts superstar, he's the person who showed us in the seminar how to use the entire upper body where you hide behind your weapon. Hide behind your weapon. Now, I just saw you do something else. Watch. When throwing your kick, says you want to work on the reverse punch, now all of a sudden you disalign the kick. And this is what I mean. Watch. You went here, and then there. Which this was good, but this wasn't. This has to be this way. And then it goes that way. Why this way? Because the Lord gave the body to maximize the distance. The minute that you put your leg here, so the round kick, that means you make that way. And you look at your body, and then you force will stop. When you do it properly, what I believe properly, in other words, like if I spit at you, I fall forward. Because my alignment is to go forward. Let's go forward. Your body's driving forward from here, and that's over. But if I go like this, it's going to come down. But look, first of all, how much shorter it became. Yeah, short. And I'm going to be more balanced. My legs going that way, my head going this way. Yeah, plus it also eliminates that gap in between where someone can counter you. Yeah, see the difference? No, but you don't want to cross your back. I know you want to work an angle, but let me explain. If you do cross your back, do it like this.
Okay.
That's what happens a lot of times when you do that little step. And you do exactly that. They might come and attack you, and you can't get up, and your legs are crossed. Again, stop. See where your hand is? See how his hand is down? By the second time, I can see that there's an opening to the rib. Because his hand moved out the way, he did this. And I do this. No? Okay. So over here. Man. Right hand. Get over to you. Turn my back, that was the way. The back leg. The chamber leg, that was the way. I have to do it. Over it. Butt it. No, butt it. Feel okay about it, right? Yeah. Feel the difference in your roots? There you go. Now that foot, that kick right there went about 6 inches further. But look what happens to your hand now. They go in the right position. I would even rather have you put your hand over here. Believe it or not. Put your hand this way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. See, by going like this, it makes your body actually elongate. So you're hiding behind the weapon. Like, how can I reach his body when the leg is completely out and he's aligned just like a person shooting? The whole concept of sniper is to use the actual weapon. You can't shoot a gun like this or a bow and arrow. So you have to use structure of the body. So this structure here is the same way you should be kicking. Now if you notice, when kicking, your head moves minimally. I know that this is 100% opposite of the way I was taught, but there's a difference between being taught in a style and being effective in terms of a curriculum that has worked since 1982. I've been beating black belt men from age 16 years old, where I did a photo shoot right there, right in this Factory Dojo. Okay, all right, good. Okay, so hopscotch, here we go. Isn't that hopscotch you did today?
Yeah.
In the middle of it, guys, let's do the hopscotch. Hopscotch is a wonderful exercise, and it starts with your feet neutral, and you go here and there, and then here and there, and then here and then there. So basically what you're learning how to do is how to move forward even though you're in a ready stance. See, most people from here, they can't do much. But from here, I can do a whole bunch. Sometimes even in the middle of a match, same thing, kind of say, okay, again, going back to that, you're going to say, watch. You do not want to condition your body to confusion. It still must be completely turned. Just because you're going forward doesn't mean that you mess up the punch. The punch has to always be long. In other words, the weapon still has to reach the person. Even when you have a short weapon like a knife, you should be able to get maximum range with it. You don't want to go like this. You want to go through. Right? Go through. It's the same thing when you're doing hand techniques. All right, so watch this. Follow this. There's a whole other style that I do that goes backwards, 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 that goes backwards. Now watch. Here we go. Blitz, down bomb, switch, blitz, and then down bomb. All of these techniques are interchangeable, like Lego blocks. Guys, again, the reason I'm going over these explicit details is not for you guys watching, is for the paid members at sniperfight.com. Because this will be up for a few days, then I'll get rid of it because it's none of your business. But you're all benefiting from being my friend. Now, February 28th is the Sniper, as I say, the UMNOG Fountain of Youth Tour Region 11 Lounge. And I'm looking forward to seeing a bunch of guys. Yes, the registration is still available at sniperfight.com. I should say UMNOG.com. All right, so we're going to do a few more techniques. Well, as a matter of fact, we're going to do slow motion sparring for 2 points. Okay, sir. Slow motion sparring. This is when you take, this is when you take what we're working on. Hey, did I do that a few minutes? Yeah. That's exactly what I do. If you notice, when I'm sparring, I'm being elusive. My idea is this: you want to be on a horse and shoot from the horse like the Comanches did. In other words, a horse used to be used many years ago just to travel to the location, dismount, and then start what would be the battle. But the Comanches and the Huns learned how to shoot while riding the horse. We call that a drive-by. So I'm sparring and I'm doing what's considered a drive-by, meaning shooting while still moving. Happy New Year to you, sir. Let's slow down a little bit. Ready? And go. So don't I do that when you go fast? That's slow motion. Yeah, slow motion. Guys, listen, a lot of people are intimidated. They don't want to come and work out with me. I understand it. But guys, we took months before we actually started sparring. We did slow-mo sparring for a few weeks. We did left-right drill and curriculum beforehand. So if I had people working out with me right now, beginner, intermediate, and advanced stage, all of those are beneficial to me too. So this is more like, well, these are the secrets that nobody knew. People think that they're kicking and punching and they're doing exactly what we're doing, but they don't really know that. They have no idea. Sometimes I'm in the middle of a technique and I switch it up to something else. I call those guided missiles. All right, here we go. Oh, that's where the mistake was. See, when you got cross, you didn't continue with it. So what you did was this. You went. Well, now you're vulnerable. If I come at you, now you would like this. You know, if you were to do that, and step, make a step. You never want to get stuck. Because I do that many step on angles, and I let it flow, so I don't want to get stuck there. You understand?
Yes, sir.
That's where you would do that, and I would not respond, and then respond when you think that it was okay to do that.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Because to me, the best technique is catching people flushed when they were completely off balance, because I tricked them.
Yes, sir.
The best blocking I made, so you didn't run away. Oh, slow down. And this is where one of the dangers comes in. When people spar without their equipment, they think that opening their hand is something that makes it a little safer. But the truth of the matter is that literally, let me ask you a question. Have I ever punched towards your head in slow motion?
Not that I know.
Never. And how often when we're sparring do I go to the body as opposed to the head? the majority of times. And that's the opposite of what most people do, including you. But the truth of the matter is that my head, I got a big mouth, I got big feet, but I got a small head. So that's the least space that you should be going towards. I go to 80%, which is the body, not 90%. And I also go towards the sides, which most people never even know. They never even try to hit people right here in the kidney area. So basically, because of, so think about it. If a person just throws one technique at a time, and it's towards the head, and I throw 3 or 4 techniques, and it might include the head, but it's usually body, and then head, then who has a better chance of winning? Me, 'cause I'm going towards center mass. Center mass is the same concept of when you're shooting. You're not supposed to be just spraying all over the place, you're gonna miss. Squeeze, use the alignment, and get into a habit of closing your hands right now. Unintentionally, just because we're doing with no gloves, your hands are open, not mine. Mine are closed to me, for my safety. Because I go punch even in slow motion and I catch your hip or your knee, I'm gonna hurt myself.
Yes, sir. Close your hands.
Yeah, because that becomes a habit. You start doing this and that.
To the body. Gotcha.
No, we have gloves on.
That's one.
That's what I mean. You don't want the gloves, you don't want your hand. That's why it's coming out. There it is. You see what the step was? The step right there is when you was vulnerable. So I have a real small window of opportunity where I have to just go. I can't get ready, set. It's not ready, set, it's go.
Sir.
Go. The minute you get this in the ring, you should be at a very little entire time. At the very, very least, you will get that argument. Argument is this. We're sparring. I'm at argument. Now I'm here. See, I'm here, and I'm still alert, but not really because you can't come at me. Right? Now I'm starting here. Oh, I'm not very good. Now this way, it might be someone else's argument, but this thing might be far from the average person. But to me, if I can go over that foot with one step, that means that I'm definitely too close. Did you see how far that was? So if I'm here, when the person thinks I'm too far away, and I see that I can take one step and be past that front leg, that means really potential that technique. We could be fine. So that's why, now I'm here, forget it, I'm gone. But for him, if I go here, now he's gone. See, this is his range. And not only is he gone with multiple techniques, and he's going to the other side. Similar to what I've done. But if I'm here, now he doesn't take the other. Or here, or he's gone. Here, I'm gone. Here, I can still go. Because it seems far, but you see something that you go. Look, that's 20 feet easily. I do it like Chuck Norris did it in 1966, where it was the slowest blitz you can because I did a big step. But since most people were trying to just spar like this, that big step was huge because they could never watch this. We're here. Spar the way you see people spar. You come at me. Okay, that's a moderately skilled karate person, and that's exactly what would happen. They would come in the range, they would limit, and I would descend. I would hit them to the rib. And they do that to each other. Now think about a traditional guy, traditional karate person. How do you know this one? Maybe high. And how they looking forward. A whole bunch of stuff. Like, literally a whole bunch of wood beans. There'll be a lot of that. Yeah. So that's why people used to fight in this range. Go ahead. Look at this. And now, doesn't this feel comfortable? It's like, man, you're too close. If we're sparring like this, isn't this like too late almost? But this is the way they fight. But then you have to watch this. That you have to watch because it changes the game. Since it's a short game, then they will have to take your legs out, in a different type of thing. So, but that distance, that proximity, in the art of war, you learn that proximity. You have to know the weapons that you have and the distance of the effectiveness of your weapon. The same thing with your opponent. In other words, you have to know your distance of the kick. Like, watch this. People freak out when I do this. Watch this. So here, watch. This is his skin is under this. Watch. I'm barely touching his skin. And a few times I touched the actual clothes. And you notice it's pretty consistent. Bah, bah, bah. Most people can't do that. That's how you know how long your weapon is. I used to do that towards the wall. So you can't hit the wall, and if you did make the mistake, then you're in trouble. But if you notice, my upper body was actually turning too.
Yeah.
It wasn't just me going like this.
Yeah.
People do that too. Man, you can't hit nobody like that. You gotta do it.
Sure.
Yeah, it has to be where it's complete. Little inside secrets. Now I'm gonna go over a few other things. Guys, again, I can't keep this up too long because realistically, it has nothing to do with you guys. You just benefited from it. There's a secret, techniques. Doesn't matter where you train. It works. And I can do all this alone. I don't need anybody else to have me fight against an imaginary opponent. That imaginary opponent, as long as you keep the quality of the technique, that person is more dangerous than any real person. That's the same thing that Mike Stone said. In his mind, he was fighting against these super animals or aliens. And then when he woke up, he would go up to the competitor, he would see them as a regular person. He was like, I'm going through this person because he had the right attitude. He didn't have the best basics, he didn't have the best control, but in 6 months he got a black belt because his attitude was to crush, kill, destroy. And that was enough to other people to cooperate. And then he developed, of course, the basics and the control, such as he said when you throw your reverse punch, you throw it so far that you hide behind your own weapon. So that's the block. That's the block, as opposed to block. Okay, even there, let me show you how to do it. That exercise was in the front stance, or bow and arrow, or I do a version of that was for stretching. Now, I haven't done much stretching in a long time, but I have made a commitment to do the full split and pop up from the split on my birthday. So that means I have to do some form of stretching. But I'll keep that in the raps. Or is it hip hop? Rap or hip hop, anyway. But let me explain how I used to do the front. So the front stretch is for the purpose of your quads to get flexible. So I will do the front stance, right? Like so, and my feet, same thing down to the line, how straight. So I would bend, but when I would bend, I would really push my body this way. So the idea is that eventually your hamstring and your calf come together. But it's almost like you're in the front stretch. If I hit the ground, so my body leans this way.
This way.
Yeah, but look so weak. And then bring your body there. But again, don't forget the two kicks. Long kick the two. So then you try to bring your hamstring to your calf. Bring your foot a little closer. Look that foot closer. And then lean a little forward. Yeah, and then you go. It's not easy. But it's a great little stretch. Without having to go into the ground. So again, the idea, your body turns, with your hand up and down. So it's the front stance where you're stretching and you feel it.
Yeah.
I want my hips to be flexible, like when I do the shoulders. Here, so you want to be able to have your leg come this way, not here, but here behind your arms. Behind your arm. No, behind your arm. There you go. And then you just front kick. And then front kick. No. Front kick this way. Front kick. Front kick. Then you need more to relax. Yeah, so we go to the left. Why I put in my arms up, the back of the stuff is not easy to keep. But now I'm doing the kicks. That was just like, now maybe you need to kick your foot. You know, again, guys, you don't see me moving my upper body. Let your legs do the kicking. Different, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if we look at it in Kung Fu, they would do something similar to that.
Yeah.
Where would be like, no, it would be like, or,
Yeah.
posture.
Outside, yeah.
Posture is key. Okay, so now, if you see, I'm just playing around with a variety of things.
They can to reach to the side.
Yes. And even try to grab the leg across the body, like when you're stretching. You know?
That's it, outside.
Yeah, so again, I started training in Kung Fu in the park of Frank Siegel, which is in the Grand Concourse. And when I think about it, it was before, it would have to be like 1974, which is crazy when I think about it. I was about 8 years old. And I traveled a little further than I should have, away from the block, and I went over to the Grand Concourse, and then across to 161st and 160th. And I saw this man sleeping, and then he got up and he started doing these Kung Fu moves. And I followed him for 3 days. We called him Master Lee. Don't know if that was his real name. This was written in the Daily News years ago. And Master Lee trained me for 3 days. Myself and one of my friends. I'm forgetting which one. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but that was my first so-called instructor in the streets. But then there was a basement where I worked out, and also the year before that. And this basement was on 165th and Morris Avenue. And the super, he had one uniform, and that one uniform, and there was 2 of us that was training, and I forget who the other 2 people were, and I was allowed to wear either the shirt, one day the pants, another day, and then one day I was allowed to use the belt. But you believe I took the belt and I put it under my clothes, and I went to school with that? It was like almost having like some superhuman strength. And that was around 1974. So 1974, I did work out in the basement for a few weeks again with this guy. I believe he was also drinking when he was teaching us, which is crazy. Tyler, that's anything too. If you notice what he was doing, I never kicked with the back leg. Listen to what I'm saying, guys. I was taught, like everybody, how to start throwing all your kicks with the rear leg. And I think I'm going to say this loud and clear. The biggest disservice that you can do to students is have them teach them to kick with the back leg. Imagine you go into boxing and they teach you like this. Ready? Cross, 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 cross. Well, what the fuck are they going to teach you? Jabs, jab. The closest weapon should be the one to protect yourself. So how often does that roundhouse kick really work from the back leg? If you're doing what I'm doing, ready, go. Go, back you go. This is what students do all the time. So when you have them spar, they end up hitting each other with the back leg, hitting knees. And then they go back and they try to do the same thing. Listen, please keep teaching that so like that my students and descendants will keep kicking yours in the butt. Even this nonsense. I'm calling it nonsense even though I trained in it because it did not work. Just because I follow somebody's curriculum doesn't mean it's going to work. And I tried it as a student. I'm a really good student. I do exactly as I was told. But if it doesn't produce the results, I'm saying, my mother, I think about my mother, oye, pendejo, eso no trabaja. Hey, you sucker, that's not working. And this is what I mean, watch. When you kick with the back leg, there's a tendency to lean your body forward. Lean your body forward. Then they kick with the back leg, front kick. Right? Or they go this. Then round kick. And then when you're sparring, that works. So I do my kicking sets from here, and I do the leg raise, front kick, crescent kick, and round kick. Don't do it outside. That conditions your body to do all three kicks. Now, if there's time to pull the back of the kick, yes. But I'll show you how I do it. With sparring. I go here, and I go here. But in reality, it wasn't really a back leg kick. Because if you look at the angle, because I step this way, that's what goes right. It doesn't make any sense to me unless a person's going straight back kick, and you do a back and front kick. Okay. You do a front kick, and I do a round kick. But I have to be out of the line of fire. You're vulnerable when you kick on the back leg, even before you do it. If I go like this, you hit me with the back foot before I go like that. If you can hit me with the back foot when I pick up the front leg, imagine I just fall and I do the back leg. You're gonna, so the front hand clears the space. You see me, even when I start, I go. I zigzag my hand, or I'll go. Right? Not doing as much yet because I've been protecting myself. Because I want to get injured. I'm 100% pain free right now. So I want to make sure that I don't hurt myself. However, because I'm using I got a 20-pound backpack. And it's here, right here. It's not as big as it, but this is one of my backpack. And I'm not Dora, so I don't have that backpack. All right, let's do 2 points. Slow motion. Slow motion. I want to go circular. And again, it's still a workout. I kept the same pace. I attacked. You counter moved. So on and so forth. So on and so forth. I threw multiple kicks. You moved. That was phenomenal. Almost one. What did I do? Watch, I went back. I went back. I went forward. Stabilized the foot. Now, self-defense, that would have broke his ankle. In self-defense, I step on the foot, right? And his body going that way while the foot's in the same spot. Or the head towards the toes, or the heel.
Ankles,
Right?
I forgot the name of that style.
Yeah. So, but when I step on the person's foot, it's for the purpose of stabilizing them, but at the same time, it's to create what would be maximum distance from my attack. So if you know the difference, we're sweating, but we're not sweating where I can't breathe. You haven't seen me drink anything. Even when I'm sparring, I'm not really going 100%. How I know? I wouldn't be able to talk. Think about it. If I won 100%, 15 rounds, I need a break. Give me some water. So I still go faster than the average person. So it's a legitimate, and I'll do bursts, but I know that it's not to my maximum because I can speak afterwards. That's a hint. Now yesterday, it was a little rougher than most of the times. We did 15 rounds, and they weren't that easy, only because we've sparred twice a week, and we've missed a few times as opposed to 3 times, and we know the difference. Your body knows the difference. Sparring 3 times a week and sparring twice a week is not the same thing.
Yeah.
There is, but my point is on maximum to the point where I couldn't breathe. And that's a hint. Because a lot of people say, and they watched the spar and they told him, they told Master Ty, oh, tell him to have more confidence, just go at me. Are you kidding me? He has the confidence. It's not that, it's that, you know, the minute you say, listen to what I'm saying carefully. The minute you say that, that means you don't know shit about what we're doing. Because I create illusions where your guys think you're freaking doing the same freaking thing, but you're not. And it gets me upset when I think about it because I beat quite a few generations of competitors. In other words, your great grandmaster, your master, and your students, a lot of them I've beaten. Not because I'm better, but because I do other things. And you guys think that watching this from one angle that you can give advice. Shut the fuck up, you don't know shit. Or get your ass over here and show me. In a friendly game of slow motion, medium, whatever the case may be. And I gotta say this adamantly because in 2026, 60 years old, that means I don't have to hold my mouth back. I'm old enough to say whatever the fuck I want. And it's upsetting to me because you idiots, that you fat fucks that never really did shit except talk about stuff you never did are authorities in the industry. In the meantime, the pioneers and the OGs that do know better don't get the credit because I don't say much to other people. So we switching it up. All you phonies will be exposed by not competing at the U-Man OG tournaments. Yeah, I'm saying it. And I don't give a damn if your style is Filipino, jiu-jitsu, or what have you. You've always done some form of striking under control. So if you're so freaking dangerous with that shit, then this should be easy to do for you with all your concepts and ideas of grab me here. Have anybody ever grabbed you in the middle of a fight? Like, hey, come over here.
One time.
Hey, come over here.
One time.
Yeah,
One
like,
time.
no, not a tournament.
Okay.
In the street, like, yo, what's up? Like, I haven't done this in years, man, but I don't understand. Maybe it's different in the freaking Bronx, but that's not the way people do self-defense. Grab here, and do here, mambo dance here. And I love you guys, you're my friends, but that shit is fucking whack. It's not the truth. Stop it. 100 freaking moves to finally do a punch. Let me see you guys kicking and punching at me or any of the people at the OG tournaments. Again, if you're so dangerous with all that stuff, then this should be nothing. If you're so dangerous at all the self-defense and concepts of the kata, then this should be nothing. Come on down and show us at the U-Man OG tournaments how you can use any form of technique to be able to win under any rules or no rules at all. Because trust me, when he goes back to that, right? So like I said, I'm freaking literally, I'm disarming him too. I don't have to do that freaking stuff. I do it in the middle of a match. Or when he goes back to that again, and I'm like this, and I grab him, and I hit him like this, and I'm still holding on to it, and I'm still on. I can hit him here, I can bring that arm there.
It's all there.
So in 2026, it's time to expose the great martial artists that we have all over the place. And you will be recognized and compensated for your time. Because I'm telling you right now, a lot of those guys that do the stuff, they really are great martial artists. But I want you guys to go back in time. Because remember in the 70s and 80s where you was competing. This should be nothing. Especially with this thing. People always do the 1, 2, right? You go right, they go, oh, 1, 2. Right? Isn't that a big thing? 1, 2, 3, right? That's a big thing. Right? They go 1 and then 2. Right? So they do the same stuff, which is great. And that can be used in a point match. So come out and whip my butt. I dare you. Come out. And then the rest of the guys who are great in the concepts, breaking down techniques, talking like you are, what's the hanchi and like that shit. I never remember that word. No disrespect to tender guys, but I don't remember the word hanchi in the 1980s or 90s. Now that's a big thing. And when people say it's a term of endearment, so I get it. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that these fat fuck idiots Start talking to people like they're authorities that never get out there and do shit. I'm out for you. Come out and just do it. Whether you win or lose a draw, it doesn't matter. Come out and show that your concept actually works under any rules. Come on. Come out and play. Warriors. Come out and play.
February 28th. Let's get it. Follow
me. This is called the universal stance. It was for the purpose of protecting your groin when someone kicks your groin. That's a back fist from the bottom. Back fist from the bottom, go on the angle, and you switch up. You can take techniques and interconnect them with different angles. Guys, spread the rules. Spread the news. For all you Sokis, Hanchis, Shihans, Supreme Grandmasters, Elders, whatever the hell you want to call it. I love you all, but don't be full of shit. Come out and play and show your skills. 70 and above, you have your own division, your own $500 grand championships, fighting in forms. 30, 40-year-olds, the young bucks, come out, you have your own grand champion. 50, 60-year-olds, the mid-age, come out and play. Women got their own grand champion. No one's ever done that. $3,500 on the line. The wackest, easiest sparring you should be able to do, is point. No, I'm not talking about slap to the shoulder. A real point. Your sweeps and takedowns, let's see how that works. You guys can do it. I know you can do it. All your jiu-jitsu techniques can be used. All your Filipino techniques, it can be used under these rules. And this just becomes one of the so-called little playing. All that stuff, guys, come on, I'm being honest, because most of you guys are gonna go get a Hall of Fame because you're gonna pay for a buffet. But your style is, I've never done shit though. But you can, even at 60, you could be the youngest person and develop a career in what would be this, and that'll help you in everything else too, because at least now it becomes more realistic. It's fighting erratic, sporadic. And yes, fighting. If you're able to do forms, a lot of guys are scared to do fighting because you do kaka, right? Because I don't know, whatever. Okay, I'm too dangerous to freaking fight. Nigga, please. That right there has to stop. If you're doing forms, then you can fight. Unless you have an injury where you can really get damaged based on the doctors. I don't mean that. I don't mean jeopardize your life. But think about it. You are jeopardizing your life and you're making it seem like you're freaking dangerous martial artist and you walk in the streets. And if that backfires, what happens to your reputation? That's if you don't get hurt to the highest level and you're not even around. God forbid. All right, follow me. Horse stance, knees to the side, back straight. Sun fist, look away, up by the trunks. So I'm doing the sun fist, but watch. It's all that upper body. Turn. While the horse stance, is nice to know. That's why when I'm sparring, I go through 3 punches because it becomes body, right. Turn the angle. That makes no difference.
Yeah, might as well Wing Chun too.
Well, it is Wing Chun except that they would do it like this. You do it.
They don't turn
They don't turn their waist at all. And it's more like an hourglass. So it won't be. We got it from that. Even when I'm sparring, I'll show you the Wing Chun or the sun fist techniques. I haven't done that in a while, but that is a technique where I will go body, head, or low, middle, high. So like this. And I grab the hand for a second to the toilet, and I wouldn't let go, hit you with the same hand, and hit you over here. Which is what you're starting to do when I go like this. Guys, see, I haven't done that in a long time. But you've been doing it. I'm like, yeah, awesome. The reason is because I'm good at that already, and I need to practice techniques that I'm not that good at. Your guys think sparring is doing what you're good at better. I think that creates an imbalance because now your one side is so much higher than the weaker side. And it keeps making you vulnerable because you're only as good as your worst technique. You're only as good as your worst technique. So work on your worst technique. Hey Jay, happy birthday to the UK across the pond. You man OGs. Okay. From the squat stance, again, here's the raw stance. And squat down and just throw the kick. Go back. Throw the kick. Go back. And go side now. And go back. Okay. Rounds. And go back. Okay. Rounds. Side kick. And go back. Oh, go on side kick. Okay, round side kick. Okay. Okay. Rounds kick. No. Hook kick. Rounds. Side kick. The hook kick, round side kick. Yeah, that was a technique that was ultimate. No, just hook, round side. Hook, no, hook. Yeah. Side, you're doing a side kick first. Like this. No, hook. Hook, round. Hook, round, side. There you go. Hook, round, side kick. That used to be a combination technique. No, the side kick. Yeah. No. Hook kick, rounds. Yeah, hook kick, rounds, side kick. Hook, round, side. No, that's not a side. That's side kick. So let me say. Hook kick, round, side kick is a combination that used to be used years ago because it flows perfectly. And let me explain. The reason I say he didn't do a side kick was because all he did was turn the foot to the side. Like it was a side kick, but it was a roundhouse kick. You did this. Again, guys, let me explain. I never go into the explicit details of kicking, but now I'm going to so you can understand how I can hit you with a side kick with the ball of my foot, which is a hybrid kick that I call a spear kick. How I can throw an inverted roundhouse kick from a distance that you wouldn't think. The side kick, when you lay down, how is it? Right? So is that a side kick? Remember that concept? No, because it's hard to do it after you throw your hook kick rounds. After you throw your hook kick rounds, it's hard. So how do we condition it? Watch. You lay down. You go from the top of the bottom, and I say move from the bottom. Hook kick. Roundhouse, side kick. Again, hook kick, roundhouse, side kick, or hook kick, roundhouse, side kick. But watch, throw a roundhouse kick, but just put your foot in the hook kick, make a rock like a side kick. That's how people do side kicks. They think they do a side kick, what they want to do, what they will twerk. Those kicks don't stop people. This one does. Now, the interesting part of that, Master Ty's most dangerous technique to me is this freaking side kick. But you didn't do that right now because you didn't have enough time. Because the horse stance makes it hard to do it. So how can I do a side kick with the horse stance after doing the hook and rounds? It takes practice. So this is the way you cheat. Or the beginner version of working on the horse kicks. You start from the floor. Level one. Then you get on the wall, or grab a chair, and do the same thing. Hook kick, roundhouse, side kick. Right? Not just turning the foot, you can get already. Now from there, watch. I go into the horse stance, and I go hook kick, roundhouse, side kick. She can demonstrate. She can show us how to do it. So, again, there's another way too. Right? Hook kick, roundhouse, side kick. Yes, sir. Wall over the foot. Then eventually, when sparring, man, let me tell you something. I used to go hook and round side kick like it was a blur. Choo, choo, choo. Like it was just like nothing. And I want to get back to that point because that's a combination that people just don't do no more. Now the hook kick roundhouse, what it does, it creates the space for the side kick. That's why your body was doing that. Because I'm telling you, hook kick roundhouse side kick, and you're doing side hook round. Side hook round is a great combination too, except for me, when I hit you with a side kick, you shouldn't be around for the hook round. The side kick blows you away.
Yeah.
So if I'm trying to do the side kick into a hook round, that means by definition, I'm not doing this 100%. I'm just using it as a combination. No, I want to go crack, one shot, boom, or boom, one shot. I think I do that when we spar.
Yeah, I see you do it.
I go from here, pow, whether it's offensive or defensive, similar to what you do, except you jump and fade away back. Now the reason I'm not jumping and fading away back, because I'm not even got good shape yet. It takes a lot of energy to jump up. Now I've done it where I did stop you a few times with a side kick and got the chamber high enough, and it'll be better the better shape I get. But really, because you're fast. But realistically, the side kick is not a combination kick. If I land, shoom, shoom, and on the way down, crack. Which is the one that's gonna hurt the most? I threw the hook kick, I missed. I threw the rounds, I missed. I threw the side kick, I hit. Now I was trying to hit with the hook kick. I was trying to hit with the rounds. Why hook kick rounds? The opposite is the same. That's like what it is. But side kick is like that. So it's like hook kick, roundhouse, side kick. Hook kick, roundhouse, side kick. Oh. Right? So you go hook kick, roundhouse, side kick, or side kick, or side kick. In other words, where you go directly towards the person. So my concept is thinking that my legs are my arms and my arms are my legs. That's like a side kick. It's not, it's normally boom, and if I'm coming in, boom. Yeah, in other words, I'm taking I'm following the concept of using the complete through. And the concept really comes from lifting weights. You can't go like this. You have to use the full range in order to get the maximum benefits. Now, of course, there are short exercises too. You know, if I practice a lot of this, that'll get strong. If I practice that, that'll get strong. If I practice that, that'll get strong. If I practice that, that'll get strong. But I want to work on, you know. And again, all those ranges are great, but the sniper range is where we master that. All that stuff, wonderful. How does it work around here? And how are you going to come at me? With what? Run towards my legs. Which is great, that's called shoot. When you shoot towards someone's legs, but you know the beat to the face is going to happen pretty easy because our fast twitching muscles are faster than the average striker. That's when people do the point, even MMA fighters, they're like, yo, they're too fast. Because we do things in bursts. But if you get yourself in maximum shape, you can still do point in MMA, and it's been proven most recently by Michael Venom Page, representing us. Even though his point karate is not the old school point karate, but he did learn it from his father, who was from my generation. And he does have sweeps too. If you look at Michael Venom Page, when he fought, they call it kickboxing, what we're doing. Waco kickboxing is what he was doing, and other organizations over there in the UK and throughout Europe. And he was sweeping people. So, and he also did, he flipped on people. He did 720s on people. You know, so this guy was doing forms, self-defense, and point karate in kickboxing matches, and then he transcended that over even to MMA. He put someone in a toe lock. I saw him put someone in a toe lock. I've never seen a toe lock in MMA. I thought it was illegal to join. No, he put someone in a toe lock and got that submission in the first round in Connecticut. Wow. At the time, he was fighting for Bellator. Props to my man, Scott Coker.
Yeah.
A toe line. Like snowball sparring. Now listen, we're warm. My whole body right now is warm. So, but the intensity level is low. But the quality of the technique is still there. You don't have to go fast and long. You know, people go fast and practice harder and harder, but then they do the techniques improper. Speed does not matter the quality of the technique. It should be consistent. That's why when you do slow-mo sparring, you should be perfect there. That has to change every day. Come on, man. That was like 4 attempts and missing. And finally I said, let me slow it down and get to a basic, damn it, because all that advanced crap is not working. He got me missing things. Yeah. There we go. One match. No, but think about it. I threw a roundhouse kick. How did it hit you? You're not even believing it. I went like this. I got big feet. You blocked the kick. Blocked him like this. I put the leg up like, I put the foot up like this. You blocked it. I went like this with my foot.
Yeah.
But you didn't expect the head from this close.
Yeah.
In slow motion. What the hell? So you was able to block it, but he was like, wait a minute. So I went here, and I went this. Taking advantage of my size 13 feet. So I like in the Kung Fu movie, you go to this?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Right, so again, I can't, listen, you can't make that up.
Yeah.
So in fact, we're going to end on that note, only because it's been over an hour and we got things to do. But the fact of the matter is, Master Tai, I'm proud of you. We got New Year's. We ended the year with a bang. Now, let me ask you a question, sir. Let me ask you a question. Which workout was really more beneficial? Yesterday's or today's? If you had to think.
Well, I got a lot more advice and more details today on a lot of things.
Yeah, I dropped too many bombs here. We can't keep this on too that long because people are going to learn too many freaking secrets. See, when we're doing it, it's hard to review it because we're doing it. So when I told him, oh, you did this, you did that, he goes, for real? He has no freaking idea why he did it. Until he watches it. Oh, wow. That's what happened with me. And my mom kept saying, you mean you don't know what you did? I said, Mom, I know what I had to do, but I made up everything in the process. Then when I watch it, I understand why I did that and when I did it. But I'm impressed sometimes at how I did it. Oh, crap, I didn't know I could kick with the left leg like that. I didn't know I could kick with the right like that. Well, I never did that technique like that, and so on and so forth. So my point is that it's about self-improvement. So you have to review for yourself. I watch me sparring so I can try to beat me. It's personal, me against me. A person happens to be there, but it has nothing to do with them. They're helping me develop myself. And when they hit me, I learn. Master Tai spun around. He went to do a back fist. I slipped the punch, squared to the body, and ran my face into his elbow. Now, why do I say that? Because that's exactly what happened. And it looked like nothing on video, nothing. Then I turned around, I'm bleeding. And I threw my glove, not because I'm upset at him. I was like, man, I can't believe I hit my face. Again, last time I did that, I broke my jaw really bad, right? I ran my face into his fist.
Really quick.
Yeah.
The Lumi, right?
Yeah, so Lumi helped with the skin, but the idea was that he thought I was going to need a stitch because I started bleeding immediately, and it was in the soft tissue spot. But my eye didn't swell up like it normally does. You get hit in your eye, trust me, the top one is going to get black, and then before you know it, the red will be there, and it's going to close, and after about 2 weeks, you're still going to have a scar, on average. Well, I got cut, and all I had was a little bit of purple that was there for a while. And it looked worse than really what it was. The point wasn't this, you use every element or tool to be able to help you heal. And then the mental, think about this. Last night, What was the most painful part of yesterday? It wasn't sparring. It was sitting down playing those freaking games. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe my back hurt me, my knee hurt me. I want to get up, my leg was asleep. And we had to take a break and exercise because we were doing nothing. Your guys are going to sit all day watching TV. You're in shape for doing nothing. So you're good for nothing. You're great at nothing. Today, after doing this, I feel phenomenal. There's no pain. We didn't hurt each other.
I feel better.
Everything is starting to, because we warmed it up. So this is my point. Being selective on how the intensity of the workout should be to maximize that time is something I've been pretty good at. When I said, Ty, let's work out. Last night we're thinking the last thing I want to do is work that out. My back is freaking killing me. I can't imagine how I'm feeling in the morning is what I was thinking. I'm sure you're thinking the same thing. Yeah. He even went to the floor, and something. It's like he got hit. He's laying on the floor, and the dogs are trying to lick him. You know, he caught a cramp. So my point is that making wise decisions of your time. Now, you see how all of this could have been done with me alone? I could have done all of this alone. I would have visualized the person coming at me and me doing techniques, and the person having 7 legs and 2 arms, and it was extra long arm and one was short. Yeah, so you have to imagine what would be all these opponents, you know, throw technique at me. You know, and where did I tap you?
Throw.
Right, and then from there when it went up, you know, and then from there to the eyes. So my mind is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, I gave him the middle finger here because that's the one that went up. And then from there I switched it up. But you know, now I know I'm not known for that. You guys don't think he doesn't do self-defense. I do sparring self-defense. Sometimes I take his gloves off, not too often. Yesterday I grabbed the arm and okay, because I want to disarm my opponent. Yeah. But I disarm them sometimes by using the distance where their weapon cannot be utilized.
You did a few traps yesterday.
Yeah. Because I was tired. So I had to make sure I stopped him from punching me. You know, yeah. Just for a second. Yeah. Where you going? So again, all these concepts is really fun, guys. This is fun. This is fun stuff. No excuses. You guys are phenomenal. I did challenge any and all of you. Come out, listen. For those of you who have all these of how and we should be training, you come